Your name?
My name is Gamu Taruwona. Schmidt.
You're 40 today. Can you please tell me about your experiences? I understand that you've been here in France ever since you were a teenager. Just tell me about, the experiences, what you experienced. Was it good? Was it bad? And what are the terrible things that happened to you? And what are the opportunities that you found here in France?
Okay. Actually, when I first came to Europe, I came as a au pair, and I was living in the Netherlands with a Dutch family. It was a horrible experience because it was my first time to be in Europe. Everything was different for me, and it did not went well with my family. They had to take me back to the airport in Schiphol, but by the grace of God, I find myself in Europe again, and I was in prison for almost 3 times in the Netherlands and also in the UK. After that, I came to France, but it was not easy for me.
Tell me, why were you in prison 3 times in the Netherlands?
Because I did not have papers to live in Europe. So the immigration police, they controlled the border when I was coming from France, and they took me.
And when they took you, you stayed there for 3 years?
No, not for 3 years.
Oh, 3 times.
Almost 3 times. But I was almost for each 3 times. I was there for a period of 4 to 6 weeks.
And what were the living conditions there in the prison? Did you get food?
Yes, it's not a prison exactly. They call it deportation
camp.
Camp.
Okay. All right. And after you left the deportation camp, where did you go?
They sent me back to France.
They sent you back to France. Which year was that?
That was in 2008.
Okay. And after you got to France, were you received well by the authorities?
Yes.
Okay. And did they give you accommodation?
No. They don't give. Here in France, they don't give accommodation, but there is a number of homeless people you have to call, and this number is called 115.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you stayed in 115 for how long?
For almost 9 years, I was living in 115.
And in 115, what was it like? Were you there 24 hours, or were you just there for...
No. You only go there to sleep.
Okay. And during the time when you were not at 115, where were you?
You have to move around with your luggage like a crazy man, crazy woman. It's not easy life here.
And how did you feed? How did you manage to feed yourself?
How did I manage to feed myself? We have what we call Resto du Cœur, Croix Rouge. In English, it's Red Cross. You go there, you eat breakfast, lunch and supper.
And during all this time, and when all this was happening, didn't you think about going back home at some point?
Actually, I thought it was of no use because I lost my mom in 2005 and I lost my father in 2004. I could not go and bury them because of the situation I was facing here in Europe. So I said, if I go now, it will be a waste of time. If I really wanted to, I would have gone and buried my parents.
And how does that make you feel that you didn't bury your parents?
It makes me feel strong because life goes on.
And what kind of advice would you want to give to anybody who wants to just come to Europe on a whim without something very solid that they'll be coming to do?
Home is home. I'm telling you, home is home. Because when you come here, it's not heaven and paradise as we think. You struggle, people struggle here. Some of the people, they end up even becoming crazy.
And how come you did not become crazy? Because if you've lived in 115, I know what 115 is all about.
Yes.
If you've lived there and you've managed to come out sane, how did you keep yourself from going mad?
The Lord is my shepherd. through Jesus Christ who strengthened me.
But were there other organizations that were helping you, you know, during that time? Because you say that at 115 they only give you accommodation, they only give you a place to sleep.
Yes.
So during the day, how would you manage to eat?
We go and eat in restaurants, as I said. We have Parouche, which is Red Cross. There are a lot of organizations, but that's not life. You cannot move from organization to organization, begging and begging.
Okay, Gamu, so tell me, what about if you get sick? What happens when you get sick?
Okay, you know, in this France, we have what we call security social. And it's health for all.
But if you don't have any papers, how do you manage to access the security social?
Healthy is for all. Hospital, whether you have paper or not, you go to hospital, they'll treat you. In hospital, inside every hospital in this France, there are social workers. So
Okay.
for healthy, it's okay. It's free.
Okay, so maybe I also want you to tell us about the condition that you have been living with.
Okay, I've been living with a condition that is called neurofibromatosis. It's a condition which is a genetic disorder. This condition is not contagious. You cannot get it by touching me or by sharing clothes with me or by eating with me.